Okay, let's do it. We're here. Okay, guys, welcome to the stream. Let me just put that on mute quickly. So I could just hear myself. Brilliant. Okay, if you just joined us, then let's going to quickly go over some top-down analysis. We have just had news. Obviously, my name's Ryan. Brought to you by Funding Frontier. We did have, so going straight, we'll start with the weekly. If you did tune into the analysis this morning, well done, because you would have profited off some really nice buys. But starting with the weekly, we obviously did finish very, very strong bullish last week, but we finished with no top wick, no bottom wick, made this week quite unpredictable. But currently looking at the weekly candle, we did previous low. We do seem to be having a pullback now, so would expect price to continue going bullish. Like we said on this morning's analysis, let me just move these out of the way. This morning's analysis, if you looked on Funding Frontier's Instagram reel, we posted that, or on my profile as well. We did actually say we're making really nice high highs, high lows, and we broke the previous daily wick to continue going bullish. The retest the highs was a really good option. So that's playing out really nicely at the moment. We also said this morning we had this new range formed here, and at the time of the recording we had this 4-hour candle closed above our most recent resistance, and I said if we can break this previous wick here on the 4-hour, because we've got the clean candles to the left hand side, we can break that previous wick, should continue pushing bullish, and we did for like a nice 150 pips. So well done if you did grab join on that analysis, because it played out perfectly. After looking at the 4-hour bias, I like to come down to the hourly, then I'd look down at that half an hour and a 15-minute, and this is where I do my main analysis. So what I'll do is I like to have 3 TP points on buy side and sell side. So buy zone, we had our most recent resistance at 2654658. We have just closed above at that, and we're going to come back to that in 1 second. Let me put my sell zone in. When you're looking for your sell zone, you always have to have your clean candles to the left hand side. So we do have most recent support formed at 2648516, but we have these horrible rejection wicks that have already filled the clean candles to the left hand side that I'm highlighting here. So I'm automatically going to find my next support zone, which is at 2645558. That's where I'm going to be waiting for a closure below, because we've got these clean candles to the left, and therefore, let me just grab all these down first. That's better. So I can grab them a bit easier. So my first take profit point is if we do get a closure below 2645558, I'll be looking to number one, looking at this previous support area, which also matches up nicely with this wick fill, because wicks do get filled. So that would be my first TP for that area there. So take note of these guys, because obviously when the stream ends, price is going to continue moving. We've still got plenty of time for the rest of the trading day. So take note of these support areas and resistance areas, take profit areas, so you can use them later on after the stream. TP2 will be looking to come down to this previous support here. We'll be closing back in this Asian range as well, which could suggest the bearish move if we do get them closures. And then my final take profit will be down at this support area, pretty much the Asian lows. With volume, we should push through this area. Okay, coming back to the buy zone. So we did have the closure above the buy zone, as you can see on this candle here. If I highlight that one for you. So we had the closure above, but there was a couple of things I didn't like. Number one, we did just have news anyway, but we closed above. The current candle had no bottom wick, and I do often see these get taken out, which we evidently are doing right now. Could be coming into a fake out situation. Another thing to take the trade on the closure above, you have to wait. Personally, I like to wait for the previous wick to be broken at the very minimum to ensure that we're going to have that bullish move. Did we break the previous wick? No, so there's no entry there. So what we can do now is we can use this as a new resistance. As we've just come onto stream, we do some fresh analysis. We use that as a new resistance if we form that in the next 10 minutes to go still. So new resistance at 2656414. Do we have clean candles to the left-hand side? Yes, absolutely. We've got really nice clean range to the left. So my first take profit, we do obviously you can just say, where's that other TB2? There is. You can say, yes, Ryan, clean candles are all the way up to 2685, but when you're into the trade, it's a wise idea to take partials along the way. So where can you use previous data before the clean candles? What I mean by that, where has price reacted previously before the clean candles? So we can use 2664382. You can see that price has formed a support there previous to the clean candles. And we also have had loads and loads of mess here as well. So it's a strong area. It's a nice place. Yes, we've had the clean candles take it out, but just as a nice take profit target, that's going to be a lovely place to put our TP1. TP2, again, if we can keep riding that wave bullish, if we do get closure above, we're going to do it at the previous resistances before these clean candles again. And then TP3 can ride the wave all the way to the top of that range there. 2685, flat pretty much. So yeah, there is the top-down analysis. What do you do in the meantime? You have to wait. So it's a waiting game now. Wait for the closure outside the range, and then we analyze the market from then on. Could you zoom in a bit? Oh, apologies. Sorry. Yeah. So now the stage is set. Now we can wait for our closure. Again, if we don't get the closure on stream, that's absolutely fine. No point forcing a trade. Oh, black background. Yeah, no point forcing a trade. What we do is wait for a closure outside the range. But if anyone has any questions, feel free to put them in the chat, and I'll try and assist you as best as I can. We do have a very, very big range, obviously, waiting for this closure. So what I do tend to do when we do have such a big range and we do have clean candles within the range anyway, we could see price kind of make our own mini range within the range. If we did something like that, create a new range, and in the same concept, you can then wait for a candle to close above, indicating the bullish move, or you can wait for a candle to close below. But we'll see if we get to that. In the meantime, we wait. Can you remove the black background? Do you mean on TradingView? In addition to that as well, guys, what we'll be doing is trading with Funding Frontier. We're going to start a fresh challenge with 100K. I've done a couple of test trades out there earlier, as you can see, just show the history there, just a 0.01, just to test the trades. I can talk you through this trade I did earlier as well. 0.01 just for a test trade. But yeah, we're starting a fresh challenge. I'll be using this on the live streams. I'll be using some of these in the analysis videos and the analysis reels. So yeah, really looking forward to getting this going. Just seeing how price reacts here. How How many trades do I take a day? Good question. Do have a few accounts, so I wouldn't advise taking. I'd say 1 to 2 trades a day is the perfect benchmark. If my day starts off with, say, I come to the London session and I take a trade and I get a win in the morning, then I'm happy. I'm done for the day. Possibly one more, but 1 to 2 trades is what you should be aiming for. If you take a loss as well, your first trade of the day, don't revenge trade straight away. Wait for another setup. You might also get a re-entry off that trade as well. But if you take 2 losses on that day, I'd say absolutely stop then. 1 to 2 trades, wins or losses, just stop for the day. Come back to the charts tomorrow. That's the best advice I can give there. Thank you, Warren. Appreciate that. Yes, Kev, good to see you in the chats. Let's go. Daniel, yes. Good to see you as well, Daniel. Good to see you here. You are correct. Based on the fact that, so what Daniel's saying, we did have this previous range. We had the closure above, and then this candle's closing back in the range. What I'm going to do is measure this candle. It's 80 pips. So yes, that can present us with a fake out. To a couple of things I wouldn't like taking a trade straight off the bat. Number one, you're going to have your stops below the previous candle high. You have an 80 pip stop loss already. I'm not going to risk that. That's a lot to do. Let's go back on the 15-minute. So 80 pip stop loss is too big for me. Number two, we are getting the closure back in the range, but again, the clean candles in the range, we've pretty much already filled them, if that makes sense. So I would rather just wait for this closure and use this as a new resistance now. Yeah, you can use fake out and liquidity as the same concept. Obviously, there's lots of different strategies out there. So people like to call them different things. People use them different ways. But yeah, absolutely, is a liquidity grab at the same time. Can be, and then if it is a fake out and we do continue that move down, it is a nice liquidity grab to carry on moving bearish. Race games almost blown 8 challenges due to over trading, revenge trading. Yeah, man, 100%. I've been a few years ago. I was in the exact same position, and the exact emotions that you're going through. Like you've taken a challenge and you're rushing to pass it because you just want to get funded, and then you're trying to win it in one day. I believe if that's your case as well, and you blow it, and then you immediately buy another challenge because you just want to get it back. But honestly, the best advice I can give is just take it slow and wait. Choose what I've done, what I've found most consistent and successful in my trading career. Probably the last year and a half, 2 years, how I've become profitable is I've chosen, I'll say 3 or 4 setups, but honestly, 3 setups that I know that are high probability for me. And I will not do anything on the charts until I see them setups. If I don't see it, I'll wait. And if it doesn't come in the whole day, I won't trade that day. So my advice for you, race games, just honestly take your next challenge really slow, keep within the parameters, and just wait for your 2 or 3 setups. Nature's poetic pause. Can I get a 1 funded 5k account? You can go over to Funding Frontier's website. They have all the account sizes and stuff there, so you can have a little search for yourself there. Is this recording going to be uploaded to YouTube? I'd like to send this live to a few friends. Oh, that's cool. Good question, Warren. Are you here, Dylan? To say confirm or deny if this will be recorded and uploaded to YouTube afterwards. I'll check that out for you though, Warren. It's a good question. No worries, race games. I know it's hard. It can be hard. It can be tough out there, but honestly, the best thing to do, 1 to 2 trades a day and stick to 3 or 4 setups within your trading plan, of course. and then it will come. Yeah, I'm from the UK. Thank you, Warren. Appreciate that. At this hour as well, I'm a little bit wary because can't get that up right now. But if you check on Forex Factory, we do have news at 3 p.m. as well. Let me just check. Core PC price index. Yeah, we got that at 3 p.m. UK time, so that's in 45 minutes. So we'll definitely carry on monitoring the charts, definitely keep answering questions, etc. But the closer to news we get, the more where I am, because price can be a lot more volatile around them times. So when we have a news event, I tend to not trade 20, 30 minutes before the news event. I'll leave it. And then the news event happens, high impact news, don't trade news, don't advise it. And then I'll wait for it to settle like 15, 20 minutes after as well. So that's another good piece of advice for you there. Oh no, the fire alarm's going off. Someone's burning the toast. Sorry, guys. Can you do a back test live? So yeah, good question. So what we'll be doing, myself, Ryan, and Funding Frontier, on Wednesdays. So today, Wednesday, we're doing a live training session, and then next week, on next Wednesday, we're going to be doing a back testing session live for you. So we'll do that alternate Wednesdays, back testing session, live session, back testing session, live session. We'll keep doing it like that to get the most value for you guys as possible. What time did we say the back testing sessions were? We're going to do the back testing sessions. I think they were 6 p.m. UK time in the evening. So it gives everyone, including myself and you guys, we've got the whole trading day then. And then when it comes to the evening, we can do a nice back testing session together. How does it feel to get your first ever payout? Probably, honestly, I know in trading you've got to keep a good level head. You've got to keep your emotions at a nice straight line as possible, which I do advise as well. But when I got that first ever payout, honestly, I can't tell you how much of a good feeling it is. It really makes you feel like all the hard work and the blood, sweat, and tears that you've put into trading. For me, it was like 2.5 years, 3 years maybe, till I got that first payout. I persisted. And then when you get that first payout, it just feels good. It feels like all this hard work's finally paid off. And I know, who was it? Someone said they blew 8 accounts, right? And then especially with prop firms, Funding Frontier, if you take 7 or 8 challenges, right, and then you finally got to grips with things, you've passed your first funded account, all it takes is that one payout, and you've paid for all of them funding fails. You've done all them fails, and you've paid for all of them straight away, and you've made a profit. And that's all it is. But yeah, just that first payout, it does feel good. And you think it's only a certain percentage of traders that can get funded, and then there's only a certain percentage of traders that get the first payout. To put yourself in that like 1 to 5% bracket is a nice feeling. And the best advice to get yourself into that 1 to 5% bracket is just don't give up. If you give up, then you're going to be that other 90%. But if you keep persisting, and then you just keep trying, you keep going. I remember when I was learning to trade, or maybe my first couple of years learning to trade, you'd always see these other like people on Instagram or social media, and they always kept saying, please just don't give up. Or the professional traders, please don't give up. And you're just thinking, are they just saying it? But honestly, from my point of view, my experience, they're not just saying it, it's true. If you just keep persisting, keep going, and you'll have that moment of like a click, and there'll be like a week where you've made consistent profits. You do it again the next week and the next week, and you're making consistent profits. Of course, you're going to make mistakes. Of course, you're going to have losses in there, but just keep pushing through, and it will come. I promise you. Oh, Matt Reese is Warren. Got you. Nice one. I'll keep calling you Warren then. Yeah, as you can see, price obviously we had that big push up. We had that closure above that most recent resistance. This price is now starting to slow down and struggle, because if you measure these candles from top to bottom, it's about 100 pips. Then we've had 90 pip drive down. We see if this price does create the fake out, nice liquidity grabs the upside. But again, like I said, having your stops below the previous candle at 80 pips is just too much. You can have current candle stops. There's a lot more risk to it. Even the current candle stops is 40 pips. So we could break that previous wick. For all we know, we can come back and grab some more liquidity to the upside and get taken out. So I'll be leaving this one for now, guys. What you'll learn from me, some of the best qualities I think I have, a lot of people have mentioned as well, is patience pays. And if you're not sure on the setup, honestly, just leave it. Watch it play out, and then watch it play out again 5-10 times. And how many times did that setup play out? It's just probability game, right? So if that setup plays out 8 out of 10 times, you know it's a good setup. But yeah, patience will pay, I promise you. Yes, Luke. Yes, Luke. Some days your strategy works very well, like you have 89% accuracy, but sometimes it's like 0% accuracy. How do you overcome this? I think what you're trying to say, some days you'll have your strategy and it works really well, and then sometimes you might be trying to force the trade because the strategy is not quite there. The market 100% works in cycles, right? Like you'll have like 2 or 3 weeks where you'll have, your setups might come 3 or 4, 5 times a day, and you'll get really nice trades. You might get three wins in that day because your setup kept happening. And then there'll be a week, and I've had it in my group, especially. There'll be a week where we might take 1 or 2 trades for the whole week because there was just no setups. But the best thing to do in that week is just wait. If the setup's not there, just don't take the trade. That's the best advice I can give you there. Don't force anything, because once you start forcing things, that's when it all starts to go wrong, and then you'll force something else. Did you start your own prop firm, Ryan? No, I haven't started my own prop firm. Overall is 80%, kind of 0% on one day. Yeah. Yeah, as you can see, price is really starting to slow down now. Now we've got 5 minutes left for this 15-minute candle to end. We failed to break the highs and we failed to break the lows, which is already showing me red flags. Especially if we break this low, right, and very late on in the candle, that's another red flag of mine. So jot that down. We start breaking the previous lower high and late on in the candle, I'd just advise not to take the trade and just wait for the next candle. Sometimes they play out, but more often not, I would say no. So yeah, coming back over to the MT5 and the challenge that we're going to be doing on the live streams, and I'll be doing a few on the background, but I'll always keep you updated on the Instagram, and the Funding Frontier will keep you updated with the progress, I'm sure. But what we'll be doing trades. We won't be risking more than 2% per trade. Number one, that is a rule. And number two, if you're risking more than 2% of trade, you need to look at your trading plan anyway. It's really good risk management. So having that 2% rule is pretty key to your risk management and your plan anyway. So yeah, we'll see how we get on with that. I think it would be really nice to pass this with you guys on the streams and throughout the journey. So we stay tuned. Like, we've got some nice things coming with Funding Frontier. So really exciting times. Oh, how did I take them sales? Number one, it was just a. Oh yes, sir. Good to see you, mate. Why did I take those sales? Number one, it was just like a tester anyway. This one was a tester. I didn't do anything here. These sales made sense. It was only a 0.01 lot. You see the history up here. 0.1 lot. Let me just see if I can get some tools out. So you can see we, at that point, we'd formed this most recent resistance. And then we formed this most recent support here, just off these few candles. It's an impulse entry with these clean candles to the left-hand side. As you see, as we broke that previous candle, took the sales. It's just a test to trade anyway, but it made a lot of sense. Took sales at impulse entry. The next candle did wick all the way up, of course. It did have stops below previous candle, but we've respected the previous high, which is perfect market structure and candle analysis for us. Secured just under 20 pips. So that's pretty nice. But yeah, it was just a test of trade to make sure everything's running smoothly. I think what I'll be doing is running 5 lots on static risk on this challenge. That's what I'll be going for. That should be sufficient. Securing nice partials along the way on our trades. And yeah, we'll go from there. Do you primarily trade gold? Yes, I do, Andrew. I used to do GBP JPY as well, but what I learned over the couple of years is I need to get some water. What I learned over the years is only two pairs is fine anyway to trade, but number one GBP JPY, the volume it started to die down for me, and then I went all in on gold. I just focused on gold, really focused on the way it moves, focus on the setups. They seem to play out more. There's more volume in gold, so yeah, just stuck to that. It was a lot nicer. So I would advise, if you want to just stick to one pair, do it, because you'll learn its ins and outs. You'll learn the way it moves. So yeah, that's my advice there. Don't like the green screen, looks cheap. Well, no worries, it's not yours. Wasn't the buys valid on the previous MC play after the weak bearish candle? This one up here, I think you might mean. Weak bearish candle, MC play. I wasn't at the charts at this point. I don't know when it broke the previous candle. If it broke it very late on in the candle, I wouldn't have taken that trade. Check the half an hour. Also, we also had moved so far bullish already at that point, looking at the half an hour, like 70 pips or so. But yeah, I wasn't at the charts at that point. And look, guys, remember when I said, yes, we did have the fake out, but we moved so much already, and we have every opportunity to just break that previous wick. We don't have the clean range to the left side. People are now in this trade, right? They've broken the previous wick. They've thought, right, fake out sales. They've taken the sells. Now look, they're all the way up back at entry, likely to get wicked out any second now, and the candles don't look nice. So we've just saved ourselves a loss from good experience. Yeah, no worries, Andrew. So yeah, now price action's looking pretty rough, and we have got news in half an hour, so probably won't be getting a trade on the live stream because we've got the news in half an hour now, but we've done a really nice top-down analysis. We've got key areas to go. So take a screenshot of this, rewatch the live, or take some notes for these key areas so you can keep these going into the rest of the day. Oh yeah, I think you're right. I can hear myself a little bit on this one over here. What I've done, guys, I need to get another screen ready, but what I've done is got the comments on my phone and I can hear myself very slightly, so appreciate the feedback. I'll try and move it a bit further away. The other alternative I could do is have the comments up on the side there, like so. That's the only other alternative I could do, just for now. But next stream I'll have it up on a different screen, so not to worry. Does that sound better now? Because I had it up on my phone and I could hear myself ever so slightly, even though I put the volume all the way to the bottom. But yeah, does that sound a bit better? Nice one. Appreciate the feedback, mate. Nice, thank you. Yeah, Funding Frontier, really awesome, man. Go and check out the challenges they've got. And there's Black Friday deals coming on as well. So if you go onto the website, all the discounts are there as well. So it's really nice. They don't hide the discounts; they show it to you. They want you to. Funding Frontier want you to have the nice discounts. They have their best. They have your best interest in their heart. And they're a really, really, really good team. There's some prop firms where you look at them and you get a vibe from them, and you just know they're a bit shady. And you hear complaints about them. But honestly, Funding Frontier, I've never heard a bad word about them. They've got a really nice team behind them. They're looking to progress really far in the trading space. So yeah, it's a really secure prop firm. Definitely go and check their challenges out. Nice spreads as well across their brokers. Really nice spreads. Commissions are decent as well. And they always have really nice deals. So it's definitely worth a go on Funding Frontier. Platform's really clean as well. The dashboard on the website is really, really nice. So yeah, there's not really any negatives at all about Funding Frontier. So 100% would recommend you just go and check them out. At least just go onto the website and check out what deals they've got on, because there's Black Friday deals at the moment. Let me just scooch this over a little bit. So yeah, let me go back over review on this morning. Really nice analysis of the Instagram reels, if you saw on Funding Frontier and myself. We initially, when we did the analysis in the morning, and in my group we said it as well, we had this new range formed here. You can see here. I said if we get closure above 2645,558, which we did, then we can continue to look for buys, right? Let me just scooch over a bit more. What we did, I did this with my group live as well. We'd already moved like 55 pips out of the range, so we had the closure, right? But taking that buy on the next candle after a 55 pip move is not a good idea. we've already moved so much. The likelihood is you're going to have a pullback, right? So then it was just about waiting. We got the closure above, which is to confirm we're going to have the bullish movement. Then it was about waiting to see where's the setup. So then we printed this small bearish candle, which is nice. If we did impulse and break above that previous wick at that point, but we didn't break the previous wick, so that's fine. We waited again. Next candle, nothing. We waited. Next candle again, nothing. We waited. Next candle again, nothing. We waited. The next candle, this bullish candle here, we broke the lows, right, enticing a lot of sellers into the market. Let me get the arrow out. This one. So we broke these lows, right, enticing sellers into the market. It's going to continue going bearish, so a lot of people are thinking, right? Then we proceeded and we continued to then break the previous highs, which tied in really nicely with the half an hour and the hourly as well. That's where I entered some buys. I literally grabbed 10 pips this morning. Some people held for more. Grabbed 10 pips, right? I was done for the day. I took my slice. I've done for the day. I was really happy about that. Got it on a funded account and I got it on a challenge account. People did hold, which is really cool. Some people in the group as well, they held. We still respected the previous low. There's no reason to exit the trade at this point. Continued going bullish, and Luke in the group as well. He entered the trade. He rided out the drawdown, which is fine. Because we still had bullish market structure, and we continued going bullish. I believe he secured 40, 50 pips. Yeah, he got most of that big candle there. It was a really nice trade. So yeah, if you followed the analysis on the reels this morning, you would have got loads of value out of that for sure. So make sure you tune in tomorrow. We're going to be posting another analysis reel done by myself every morning around the 6 in the morning mark. Between 6 and 6:30 in the morning, there's going to be a reel posted on Funding Frontier. I'll share it on my Instagram as well. Every single morning, tune into them analysis reels because they're going to hold so much value. Quick 90 seconds, top-down analysis. So don't miss out on them. And then at the end of the trading day, around 4:30 p.m. GMT, we'll be posting like a daily review. So tune in on them reels every single day. It's definitely going to hold a lot of value. Yes, I do, Andrew. Todd, I'll have to grab that for you a bit later. If you DM me on Instagram at Ryan Cruz Effects, I'm pretty sure you've already got that. But yeah, DM me. I can grab you the Funding Frontier link. What's SRC? Yes, Smart Raja concepts. So I originally learned Smart Raja concepts at the very beginning of my journey. I then went round for like 2 or 3 years learning more because I wasn't patient and I didn't stick to one strategy. And then eventually I came back to SRC, started really homing in on that. It's the most simplistic yet effective method. I did find some things with SRC that I needed to tweak for more consistency, which I did. So I've tweaked it a little bit to fit my plan and my strategy now. But yeah, the main base of it is SRC with a few little market cruiser tweaks. Yeah, as you can see, price is just literally ranging in this range now. We're going to be 20 minutes from news now, so definitely won't be taking a trade with 20 minutes away because it can be very volatile and unpredictable. As you can see, we've had a big wick up and now we're nearly back at entry on this current candle, so price can be a bit unpredictable near news. Apologies for the dogs barking. Thoughts on the Nasdaq? I have had a little look on it before, but I do like the sound of the Nasdaq. However, like I'm really comfortable trading gold now. For like I won't ever say master because you're always consistently learning. You're always constantly learning, right? But I'm most consistent with gold now. I'm comfortable with the way it moves. Way of looking for setups and entries. If I was to now start to look at the Nasdaq as well as another pair, I'd have to study that for like a good 3, 4, 5 months, I believe. So because it is going to move different, but I do believe it has good volume in it. So where do you go to break even the trade? Because sometimes price will go into profits, go into drawdown, and then hit your TP. Always. Yeah. So that's a good question, Kebab. Especially when taking a prop firm challenge. My advice, for me, if I go like 10, 15 pips in profit, I don't want to see that price come back to break even. So 10, 15 pips in profit, I'll be looking to at least move stops to break even. Especially of an impulsive setup. 10, 15, 20 pips, go to break even. I'll secure some partials as well. And then I'll just let my runners run for like my full TPs. It's Mr. Kebab to you. But yeah, I think it's important when you go to break even after a healthy amount of profits, you do secure some partials. It's definitely healthy. I do think as well, Kebab, what I really like the idea of pushing out is say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right? Just move your stops to break even, secure some partials. Maybe you've got 2 or 3% for the week, right? And then on Thursday and Friday, move your stops to you're in nice profits. Move your stops to break even. And if you want to let that run a bit more, because you've already got your profits for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, on Thursday and Friday, if you move them to break even, then you can just let that trade. If you've got the clean candles to the left, right? Like we have today, really nice clean candles. You can let them run for a bit longer, but make it risk free. Let them run for a bit longer, and you might get a nicer payday on the Thursday and Friday. And if it hits break even, you've lost nothing and you've gained for the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. What's your current win rate with the strategy you're trading? So in Market Cruiser, guys, you could back me up. We've documented every trade. At the moment, we're sitting about 76, 77% win rate, I believe. I think we've got like 56 wins and like 16 losses and like 5 break even. So yeah, pretty consistent. I'm happy with it. Yes, James. Good to see you in here, man. Good to see you. Hope you're all good. Don't target huge returns, even though gold is making huge moves. Gold can make huge moves, right? Yeah, gold can make huge moves, but take your slice out of the market and then just if you've got your 10, it's hard to resist. I know what you mean. If you can take your 1% out of the market a day, though, compound that 1% over the weeks, like what more do you need? Especially if you've got like a 100k account, 200k account, you're sitting on a lot of money there with just 1% a day. You don't need to be greedy and take 10, 20% in one trade. I know some people like to trade like that. It's a different style though. But for me, if I can just take 1%, 0.5%, 1% out the market, I'm more than happy with that. And as you say, gold can make huge moves and it can make big returns. But if you're in your profits, right, and you're like, right, I'm just going to leave this to run even longer because gold can make huge moves, but gold can make huge moves in the opposite direction too, right? Gold is gold, can be volatile. So take your slice, come back the next day, especially when you're trading a prop firm. You need to keep within the good risk management rules. It's really good trade management if you can just keep within the trading parameters of that, taking your slice Compound them 0.5, 1% trades, maybe 2% trades. Compound them up, get your 7.5% on phase 1, do the same again for phase 2, and then you're funded. I caught the daily candle on Trumos election. It's addicting. Yeah, I wouldn't say I understand where it can become addicting, and you need to try and get that out your system for sure. Get that addiction feeling out your system. You need to think of it as your job, right? Trading is as a job. You need to just turn up, do what you need to do. Don't gamble. You're not a gambler. You're a trader. Turn up, do what you need to do. Find your setups, take your slice, and leave. Come back the next day. Do exactly the same. People forget that professional investors will target 10%. Yeah, 100%, Luke. 100%. They think that they can get 10% a week. Yeah, 100% agree with that. There's just no need to get 10%, 20%, 30% in one trade. The likelihood of it happening is low. If you could take 1% a day, then it's just more than enough, especially with a big account that you can get through a prop firm capital as well. Like it's there for you. It's set up for you. You don't need to get these massive moves. You don't need to earn 100k in one day. If you earn 1% on a 100k account, you got $1,000 for one day's work, which probably took you 20 minutes in that trade. Yeah, you don't need any more. Like that's so much money. Any new stuff coming in the course, coming in the market cruiser? Yeah, we've got a few new lessons lined up. Good question, James. I've been looking at this Asian range stuff in what's the word? Linking them together in accordance with the strategy that we trade. So definitely a lesson on that because it does tie in really nicely. Sticking to our strategy, but adding that extra confirmation is really nice. That'll be the main lesson. And then I've got another like psychology lesson coming as well that I've been working on, where it's more about people. What do we call it? Christoph will know. Hope trading or something. You're in a trade and then the candle's printed to you. You're in a trade, right? And then it's gone up bit profits. It's around break even, and then the candle closes like a week bullish or week bearish, and the trade didn't play out as you expected, right? The markets will do what they want to do. It didn't play out as expected. So if it's finished week bullish or week bearish after you expected a big push, why you don't hold the trade? So if you're holding that trade, you're hoping, aren't you, after that point? If the market's telling you to get out, get out. So yeah, a bit of psychology stuff from that kind of lessons coming soon. Asian sweep stuff. Well, I mean, I've got a lesson coming soon in the market cruiser. So obviously check out if you want to join market cruiser. But yeah, Asian stuff here. If you see this tool called the Asian range Nico 948 on an indicator, basically it's the lowest point in the Asian session marked out for you, and the highest point in the Asian session marked out for you. So price does like to react and sweep them quite a lot, and if we use that with our strategy as well, it's just another confirmation. I haven't done this much talking in a long time, guys. I used to be a teacher, so I was used to it, but now my throat's like, stop. Do I ever go below the 15-minute time frame? Not really. I'll look at the 5 minutes sometimes. Just if I'll do my entries based off the 15-minute. But say like now, like we're at 10 minutes and 20 seconds away for the next candle. So I know that there's another 5 minute about to open. I maybe sometimes just flick over, make sure price action is quite clean, but the lower the time frame, the less safe for the confirmation. So 15 minutes as low as I go, really. Okay, then we stay away from the Asian range. No, you don't need to stay away from the Asian range. But you can often see like price can react at the Asian range, which ties in nicely with our strategy for support and resistance as well. So you see this Asian range high here. That was the Asian range high. And also we created this new range as well that we marked out this morning. You can see price pushed up, came back down. Look where it tapped into. Right here. Where did that tap into? Put in the comments. Where did that Asian rate? Where did where did that candle tap into after the breakout? So as we had the breakout, we had the pullback. Yes, nice one, Kebab. I feel like Kebab might be Christoph. I don't know, but had the breakout, had the pullback, tapped in into the previous resistance, which also tapped into the Asian high. So you've got two confirmations there, and then we had the nice liquidity grab to the downside, which was what I wanted to see with my strategy as well on setup. Then we break the previous high, and then bang, that was it. So we had one confirmation, two confirmation, the breakout confirmation. We had the I like to call it a market cruiser play. People call it a liquidity sweep, and then break the previous high, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, we had like 5 confirmations for that trade, so it's a really nice confirmation trade. The more confirmations you have, the better. If you only have like one or two confirmations in a trade, right, you need to be looking at another setup because it's not enough. And then with them all them confirmations on the 15-minute time frame, where is it? Here. Here. So we had the 50-minute confirmations. The half an hour also broke the previous lows, then broke the previous highs, which is another confirmation. The hourly did this MC play as well. I call it broken the high, broken the lows, broke the previous highs, clean range to the left. So that's like 7 confirmations, clean candles, 8 confirmations. 4 hours also going bullish, 9 confirmations. Daily bullish, 10 confirmations. Weekly respecting the previous low, rejecting, coming up to break the previous high. That's like 11 confirmations. So we were good in that trade. Do you know what comics is? I used to watch a few other streams and people used to mention that all the time, to be fair. Comics cons. Comics. Something like that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really didn't get the whole joke stuff behind it, but I see people used to mention it all the time. So yeah, 7 minutes till news now, guys. So yeah, definitely staying away. But look, literally just range within this area, no trades. But if you can like learn and master the patience game, it'll go a long way. No setup, don't take a trade, don't need to force anything. Just because you've broken the low, you don't need to take the trade. Looking for any old impulse, it just gets you into bad habits. Wait for your closes outside the range. It's getting really choppy in here as well now. So yeah, waiting for a closure outside this range. When we come off stream, it's very important. Yeah, I know that the comics is the markets after New York Open, but I thought there's some sort of joke going around about people used to take the mick a lot about it. So I didn't really get the joke. Oh, do you know what we do need to do for the next stream? We'll get some background music going. That's something we need to do. Yeah, definitely. We'll sort that out next time. Forgot. Not copyright music, but just some chill lo-fi hip hop or something like that. We'll get that on the next one. I love how Raja makes fun of everyone on stream. Yeah, I do as well. It's good. It's good. It's funny. But yeah, in terms of like Raj streams, might be like he does some trades and some stuff like that. If you're coming onto these streams, you're going to get a lot of value for sure. I'll give you a lot of value, a lot of hints, a lot of tips, a lot of gems, some insights to how I trade. We'll take some live trades, of course, in the future. Obviously, just didn't have that set up today. We had lots of high impact news either side of this, but yeah, really cool. Always, even if you don't take a trade, you've learned patience, you've learned discipline, and you can always ask me any questions so you can even progress in your trading journey as well. So yeah, there'll be loads and loads of value on these streams. So definitely tune in. Did anyone take any trades this morning as well? We obviously had some nice London setups. Don't know if anyone else got any trades. I won't be doing any London streams. I keep that here. I do London streams with my group in my course, Micah Cruiser. But then New York streams will be for like today at Funding Frontier. We'd be doing New York streams. Good question, Luke. No trades for me. I lost my last funded account. Yeah, best advice. Okay, fair enough. What if are you in a position, Kebab, where you think you can consistently trade on a demo? So I think that's the best thing to do right now. Get on a demo account. Use the same rules as a prop firm. Daily drawdown. Okay, I feel like I know what period of your trading journey you're at. I used to do it as well. Like breaking a daily drawdown, you don't need to, like, you've got another day, right? If you come close to daily drawdown and you haven't even got to your minus 10% yet, you're like, it's like rushing, aren't you? You're like trying to rush to pass that prop firm, but you have to take your time. But yeah, my best advice: get on a demo, right? Treat it as a real prop firm challenge. Treat it as a live account. Use the prop firm rules. Pass an account on your demo, right? With the trading rules, and then come back and then do another prop firm challenge when you're ready. Don't just jump straight into another one right now. Consistent profits. Then one day I go nuts. Yeah, I know exactly where you're at, mate. Don't worry. So what I've been there. You've proven yourself, right? You've proven yourself you can be consistent with profits, and then you're like nearly there. So you've proven yourself you can be consistent. So you know you can be a good trader. And then there'll be that one day you'll take a loss, but because you've had so many wins in a row, right? You're probably like me. I'm really competitive. I've always played football my life. And there was a period a few years ago, where I had so many wins. So you know you're a good trader. There'd be a day where you take a loss or two losses, and you can't hack it because you don't want that loss, right? You're doing so well, and you don't want the loss, so you're just trying to revenge trade to make sure that day's a win. But I promise you, after that one loss or two losses, shut the charts, come back the next day, wake up with a fresh head, and you'll thank yourself in the morning. You'll be like, thank God I saved that account because I can go back to being consistent again. Consistent profits, take a loss, have a mistake. Then wake up next day, consistent profits, take a loss, have a mistake, consistent profits. Keep doing that and you'll make it. Right, guys, this is a news candle. Let's just see what it does anyway for the fun and games. I'm going to end the stream in a second, but thank you guys for hopping on. Let's see what this news candle does for the bants. But yeah, if we don't push out this range in a news candle, we stay in this range and we consolidate for maybe 1 or 2 more candles. Wait for the closure outside. Let me zoom out a bit. Here's all your parameters. Take a screenshot if you need to. Wait for the closure outside this range because it's choppy now. After news is settled, then think about taking the trade. Right, once you've closures above hit 2656300, closure below 2645558. Wait for either one of them closures and then look at taking a trade. Think about your rules. Think about your plan. But yeah, see you guys next week on stream again. We'll do a sim session. But yeah, I'll be active in other things like Discord. Make sure you obviously give a follow on the Funding Frontier. Give me a follow as well. My Instagram trading account as well, Ryan Cruz FX. But yeah, thanks for coming on, guys. And I'll see you next week on the next live stream.